raise your hand. Start with Dan Rubin on your right.
Coach Dan Rubin from BeatsEagles.com. That fourth quarter, being able to get the spark. I know you probably wanted it sooner, but what kind of sprung it in that fourth quarter and got the team going?
Yeah, these guys fought hard. They we have a tough football team. They never quit. That's what BC's all about. Give a lot of credit to Nebraska. They controlled the game, obviously. They did a really good job of controlling the game. But in the end, we had a shot there. Couldn't stop them on the 4-minute drive there at the end. But got the block punt, kind of hung in there. Had trouble scoring in the red zone. I thought we moved the ball pretty well, but we had trouble running the ball. We had trouble scoring in the red zone. So, like I said, give Nebraska a lot of credit.
Right here on your left, Coach.
Coach, you made a great comment. 4.0 sports media Marvin Chambers. You made a great comment about resiliency. All year it's been a tough season for you guys. Tell me something you learned about your team that you didn't learn before this game.
Yeah, I learned there were a lot of guys that played today that hadn't played that much, and I really I respected the effort that they played with. You had guys like Kevin Klein and Eric Storty, Ryan Micko, Dwayne Alec had to go to center. I just thought then there were guys on defense, obviously, that played a lot. Ashton McShane, played a lot today. Cam Martinez played a lot. I thought those guys fought, man. I got a lot of respect for this football team. I think we have a bright future at Boston College. Today didn't go the way we wanted it to go. But, really, today could have got really ugly. It really, really could have, because Nebraska, they did a good job. But our guys hung in there. They fought, and, I have nothing but good things. Very proud of our effort today.
Kevin?
Coach Kevin Stone, New England Football Journal. You mentioned Dwayne having to go in for Drew. How much did that change the offense, if at all? And just what did you think about Dwayne's performance?
It didn't change it at all. We run the same plays. We struggled to run the ball. Overall, Nebraska's front, very big, very physical, and we just struggled to run the football. We did throw the ball pretty well. I thought we were productive, but we couldn't score. So that's a problem because you have to score to win. But Dwayne did a good job. Dwayne's a very tough guy. He's a BC graduate. He's in graduate school. He's what BC's all about. He stood up to the challenge, went in there, and he played tough.
Mike on the left.
Coach Mike Galtieri, Lights Camera Sports. In your words, sum it up. How did BC fall down 20-2? A couple points.
Yeah, look, we went for it on fourth down a few times. I decided to do that. We were having trouble kicking the ball, so I didn't want to kick it. We were in that area where, you're either gonna plus 50 punt it, which we could have done, but we're not great at that, or try to kick a 50-yard field goal, which we're definitely not ready to do that. And so, I went for it on fourth down and probably put the defense in a couple tough positions. But, look, Nebraska did a good job. We had trouble running the ball, had trouble scoring in the red area. We moved the ball. I think at halftime, we had the time of possession, we had the yardage, but didn't have the score. So, it was just a combination of things. But we'll be back. BC will be back.
Over on the right.
Hey, Bill. Dennis Gorman with Newsday. You mentioned going for it a few times. For those of us who haven't seen you, are you traditionally this aggressive on fourth downs?
Yes. Yep.
Matt Hutchinson, left.
Hey, Coach, I know the game's really fresh in your mind right now, but just thinking, right after the game, is there anything that comes to mind immediately going into the next season that you need to improve and looking to 2025?
Yeah, I told the team, there's different categories of players. There's the guys that played their last game, which, I have all the respect in the world for those guys. They went through a lot at BC. They bought into what we were doing when we got here, and they were great leaders. Played their last game, played their hearts out. And then we have guys that are coming back next year that, we feel really good about. A lot of those guys got a lot of playing time today that they hadn't gotten all year, and I thought they hung in there. So there's a lot to build on. And then we have guys that are brand new that did not play in the game that just arrived here, a week ago. So, it's transitional period in college football. It's not good to lose. Like, we'll never accept losing at BC, but I thought that, we showed up and played very hard today, and I was very proud of that.
Right here on the left.
Coach John Schwartz, Yankees Magazine. besides for just the game, what are the positives that you take from the whole week and the experience here with the team?
Yeah, I mean, the bowl was awesome. The Pinstripe Bowl did a great job. I mean, it was, I've been to a lot of bowls. Been to the Sugar Bowl, been to the Cotton Bowl, been to 2 Gator Bowls. I've been to a lot of bowls. I've been coaching a long time. And the Pinstripe Bowl, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of the best bowls. Just the people that we worked with and everybody from Mark Holtzman on down just did a really good job of having some events for us, but also understanding that we were getting ready to play a game, and thought everybody was treated well. The hotel was great. Columbia University was great to let us practice there, and we thanked them. So it was a really good experience for our whole program.
Rob Goker on the Heights. Got called for that late hit on Rayola at the end there. From your perspective, sort of what did you see? Obviously, it didn't seem like you agree with that call very much.
No, I didn't. I don't know. I don't really want to comment on the officiating, if that is a good answer for you.
Question on the right.
Coach, Zach Gelb, Infinity Sports Network, to your right. Right here. Just wondering, obviously you were around Tom Brady. You've also clearly have gone up against a lot of good quarterbacks as well. Just what kind of stood out to you first time seeing Dylan Raiola live?
Yeah, Dylan, I've known Dylan for a long time. Dylan came to the Alabama camp when I coached there. I got a lot of respect for Dylan. He plays the game very calmly, right? The game comes pretty easily to him. He's been around football his whole life. His dad was a great player. And he just does a good job of managing the game. He's got a great future in football. It was, getting to watch him on film, getting ready for the game, seeing a lot of great things from him. Talked to him right there at the end. Got a lot of respect for Dylan. He did a really good job today. Give him a lot of credit.
Trevor on the left.
Trevor Haas with the Globe. The blocked extra point and the blocked punt, just what those do for you guys momentum-wise?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the block extra point put us on the board because it was a struggle, right? It gave us 2 points, which, for a while it looked like that's all it was going to be. But and then the block punt was huge. Matt Turn did a good job, Nick McGriff, and they asked me, do you want to go after it? I said, hell yeah, I want to go after it. And so we went after it, and we got it, and that was a great job by those guys. We had practiced that all week and got us, kind of got us back in the game, and then just couldn't hold them on that 4-minute drive. So, but, just a little too late. But our guys, played hard, like I said.
Kim on the right.
Hey, Coach. Kim Rankin, Boston College Eagles on SI. Obviously not the ending to your first season at Boston College like you wanted, but your first season is officially in the books. What was this year like just overall for you?
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said before, we got hired in February. We tried to get in there and meet with all the guys one-on-one. We tried to hire a staff as fast as we could. I thought we did a lot of good things, not enough. There's a lot more that we can do. We can do a lot better. There's, a lot of things we can improve on, both on and off the field. We'll work hard to do that. But, look, it's not great to go out on the losing end in the last game of the season, but I do think there's a bright future. I really enjoy the job, and I think there's a lot of good players in that locker room coming back for 2025. So I'm looking forward to take a couple weeks off. They'll be back January 13th to start school, and we'll get going on 2025.
Back to Dan.
Coach Dan Rubin from BCEagles.com. I just want to follow up on something that you mentioned about the guys who played their last game as a first-year coach in the program. How did they help with your adjustment coming in late and then just the whole summer through the season, knowing that they're going to graduate and maybe not reap the benefits 2025 and beyond, but what did they mean to building that foundation?
Yeah, there's no doubt that they laid the foundation, right? The foundation of discipline and toughness. And, most players, they just want to be coached. They want to be led. These guys were very coachable. They whether it was the winter workouts, new way of doing things in the weight room, spring practice, definitely new way of doing things. Training camp or summer, training was very good. Training camp was good, and a lot of that was because of those guys. The captains did a great job, and we had some adversity we dealt with during the year, and the captains were always steady, good leaders, tough guys. Joe Marinaro, Donovan Ezaraku, Ozzie Trapillo, Drew Kendall, Cam Arnold. They just did a really good job, and so you just can't say enough about those guys right there that played their last game. I have a ton of respect for them.
Rob.
Coach, both today and the lead up to this game, you've described this game sort of as a preview of the 2025 season. From that perspective, how do you assess what you saw today?
Yeah, look, there's a lot to improve on, right? I mean, we lost, but there's a lot of things to build on. You know, I was very pleased with how some of those guys played. You know, you look on offense and you see, you know, like I already mentioned, the offensive linemen that played. But then you got, you know, obviously Jordan McDonald will be back, and you got Turbo Richard will be back, and you know Lewis Bond will be back, and Reed Harris will be back. You know, and Jeremiah Franklin will be back. You go on defense and you look at. You know, a lot of those guys, you know, Bam Crouch, I thought he played a really good game. You know, Bryce Steele, you know, the DBs, the three safeties, KP Price, Carter Davis, Omar Thornton, Ashton McShane, Max Tucker. There's a lot of guys coming back, and we're adding to those guys with some of the new guys that'll be here, whether it's the freshman class or a couple of guys from the portal. So, and then the D-line, you know, a lot of those guys are coming back. Hugh Hutchins, you know, Owen Stoudemire, George Rooks, Ced McConnell. Quan Williams got injured there at the end, but, you know, very tough player. So I'm very encouraged with the guys that are coming back. Looking forward to working with them.
What's up? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.